Hey you, so on this video, good, bad, ugly, new collector coins and accessories, I'm going to be going over just that, so you guys know the drill already, just a bunch of new collector coins that I may have, would have, or just giving my thoughts and opinions on what I think of. And also, we've got a new addition here, and it's a gold and silver accessory line, so I'll jump into that in a moment. But first of all, as always, if you like what you hear and you haven't done so already, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. If you have any input you want to give, either via a new coin or your opinion on a certain piece, please do go ahead and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments. So jumping straight into this, it's a bit of a late start here. I'm going to be talking on this piece here. I believe we've done this before, it was the Germania, but this is what they've currently got. This seems to be the talk of the town at the moment, and it's going to be the Algaris, hope I'm saying that right. And they brought this out in 3 different flavors, I believe. So it's going to be Britannia and what's the old girl's name? Germania, right? And they've got the 5 ounce, the 2 ounce and the 1 ounce, if I'm not mistaken. So straight away, I would say the Germania Mint are on point when it's coming to their releases. They've definitely been, you know, kept their finger on the pulse, know what's going on, definitely either on all online platforms, because they've gone with what could arguably be one of the best Britannia designs, or the likeness of that, and that's going to be the 2014 Britannia. They've chose to splash that Britannia in and pair it up with the Germania, which is very smart of them. So I will say very cunning, very smart on their end. They are switched on, you know, hate them or love them, they are doing very well, and most definitely so, because if you would have picked up any collector coins this year, and them being one of them, they've definitely had the crowd behind them and the hype. And there's going to be some coins I'll be showing today that just didn't get the hype train, either via YouTube or the forums and the crowd, to give them that extra push, to push them into the spotlight, to do good things on the secondary market. If you're just a purist collector, as always, and you pick this up, good on you. You picked up a great coin. If you picked up any coin, you're just a pure collector. I mainly speak from a cowboy collector / flipper perspective. So if you want to be purchasing this to flip for a profit, that's the angle I normally come at. So as always, just for the purist collectors. But getting back to this piece here, you know, I can't knock them. They've done well. They've for a private mint coming out of Europe, first coins, the Germanias, they made a very big impact. I wasn't the biggest fans of their Taste the Rainbow collection, but you know, they seem to have done very well in the secondary market from what I saw of just of one individual speaking on them. But I haven't really been chasing these up. So if you have been involved in the Germanias, even from the first release on the BU to the proofs and the gold proofs recent release, please do let me know in the comments how well they're doing on the secondary market. But one thing I will say I've seen they've got, and that's a big online presence push. So you have to tip your hat to them. Is this good? Yes. If you saw my recent video on silver coin size to own, I do speak on the 5 ounces and the likes. Also check out my opinions on that there, but I do apply it here. I don't think the 5 ounce personally is the best buy. That's purely because it just doesn't have a track record on many coins. Maybe a low mintage, yes. I believe on the 5 ounce it has a mintage of 500. On the 2 ounce you have the mintage of what was it, 2,500, and then on the 1 ounce you have the mintage of 25k. So this is just the piece here, the back side of the piece. But I don't think the 5 ounce, if you're paying a larger premium for it, you may see that back on the secondary market. Of course, it being a good design, depending on who you ask, it's going to be the best you're going to be getting of that image. So, you know, if you want to get at the best of its image or see the image in all its glory, you may need to pick and go for this size here. But you know, there's not really much more that could be said about this piece. Very chunky. They've gone with a chunk, as you can see. You know, there's a lot of junk in the trunk. But I don't know. They're very, very smart of them. I mean, a lot of other mints could have copied the same idea, but it just shows that they weren't really paying attention, whereas this mint was, and really picked the best from the other side and paired it up with their side, and you have this here. So can't knock it, but I would say the 1 ounce and the 2 ounce was the best bet. But Germania being Germania, I've seen they're really churning them out and trying to squeeze as much as they are. Really pushed it a little. But let me know how well these do. If you do go on to pick one up, please do. You know, I will try to keep up with them. So getting on to the next coin is going to be an APMEX exclusive. I most definitely can't hate on APMEX. You know, I love what they're doing. Their hustle is the real deal. You know, a lot of licensed pieces. I don't know where they're finding their ideas to license some of these. I believe The Lion King recently done a live action movie, and there have been other ones, so I don't know why they really went with The Lion King. It could be because it was the biggest grossing Disney. I have no idea. Please let me know. But we have The Lion King release. They brought this out in gold and silver, I believe. On the gold, they haven't done what they've done on the John Wick. I think they've just brought it straight out on the BU, mintage of 250, and on the silver, I believe it's like a 25k mintage. So they've gone with the smaller models. I think wanting to churn out a bit more on the gold, but I did see on APMEX they did give it some razzle dazzle on how much lower it was in comparison to other Disney licensed pieces. But once again, if you're a purist collector and you love The Lion King, or you want to buy this for your loved ones or kiddies, this is a great pickup. But in terms of potential flip potential, I think APMEX already have these priced at peak, and that's what I'm seeing a lot of the times here, and we may even see that on another coin. It's just priced too high. It's priced way too high. You know, it is what it is in the end of the day. The price they currently have this up for, I would say, is what you should be looking for, a quick flip on the secondary market. So that's where we are with these. And then being APMEX exclusives, I don't know if they're having to pay a bit more for the license. Well, I would say come up with something more fresh then. You had that with the Mandela Lion and the Rhinos, and they were still priced insane. So if that's where we are, this practice will always turn me off any type of exclusive or anything coming up from a lot of these new coins being released, a lot of these new collector coins. I'm just not going to be in. And it's not going to be worth getting something that may be flying under the radar and then, you know, prop it up a little for it just to be knocked down on the second release. So who knows where we are. Definitely in the collector coin market as a whole, I'll be getting another video up coming up on that, on my thoughts and opinions. And I know I do have a lot of videos I need to be chasing myself up on, but I'm going to get into the next coin. Well, let's get into the accessory, and that's going to be this here, and this is going to be the Queen's Beast jewelry line that the Royal Mint have released. And I'll speak on the Queen's Beast in a moment, just the coins in general, but the Royal Mint seems to have released a jewelry line to the Queen's Beast. The Queen's Beast has been doing very well. I think they done it to a few other coins, but they was just no name, so they flew under the radar. But at the moment, they currently only seem to have focused on the lion. Let's see if I can get the website up here quickly. But here, the Royal Mint, being the Royal Mint, wanting to squeeze as much as they can out, have gone ahead and created an accessory line of the Queen's Beast here. So you have more if you like to get suited and booted. You have the cufflinks, I believe, and this is all on the Royal Mint site, so anybody interested could go ahead over there and just take a look and see what's going on. What pops out to me straight away is the limited edition. So, I mean, you remember not to forget the coin series isn't under a limited edition. So that's one of the gimmicks I see straight off the bat, and especially on jewelry. But, you know, already on jewelry, the markup's insane. So you already know what you're going to be paying well over the odds for this. But to help push them out, they've decided to let you know that it's on a limited edition. So on the silver, you know, lapel pin and the cufflinks, you got, on the cufflinks, you got an addition of 50. Issue I have with that is I believe they are showing you what carat it is and the weight, but you're not actually seeing what you're getting. So for instance, these here could be 150 ounces or 110 ounces at best, but you're damn near paying £2,000 sterling for them. So you're most definitely not going to be getting bang for your buck. So you have to be a real Queen's Beast lover to be jumping on board of these. I like the concept. I think if you would have threw away the limited edition and just, you know, half the price, it could have been worth it. But then I guess they would have done it in some other base metal or something. So who knows? But I don't think they've got the press out and reminted these, so it'd be interesting to find out how these were actually produced, you know, because from what I understand, they don't go back and repress. So very interesting to find out how that is. But that's what they have here when we're talking the Queen's Beast. So we have the accessories. Let me get back to where we was, and I was asked as of recent if I'd seen what was going on with the Queen's Beast on the first two. Apparently on the Royal Mint Bullion, they've damn near sold out, so the prices have insanely jumped up. I believe they're going for around £1,700 sterling now, and I knew that was going to be expected, but it's just the mint must have damn near none left over. And I've always seen it as the first two were always going to be doing well. It was one of those situations where every now and then us, the flippers, the cowboy collectors, can gain, and it's off a mint boo-boo. The boo-boo, I believe the mint done was they didn't know how well the series was going to be. I think when you're releasing a series all the time, you don't know what it's going to do, and the mint, the Royal Mint, are infamous for that. So we had a situation where they dropped them, if it was the Lion, not forgetting they do 2 releases a year, and it done well, and they had to release the Griffin. So I don't believe the Lion dropped at the start of the year. So that clash plus the success of them just left a large gap that they wasn't able to fill. So, you know, we got the Lion. I believe the Griffin has a lower mintage, but also it being a Lion, I believe it found more happy homes. So, you know, you'll have a lot of people that did purchase in bulk that are going to be holding on to them. So they didn't get to really churn out the full bulk of the unlimited mintage. And that's why I see the later releases not doing as well, but most definitely doing something. But I think if you was on board for the first early ones, even the first 2, I would say, you're going to be seeing some insane premiums added on those, as we are seeing from the Lion and Griffin Gold ounce and the silver 2 ounce. That's where we're seeing a lot of things happen. And even on the 10 ounces that came along a lot later, more proof that the Royal Mint never know what they're doing on their lineup. But I have seen it, and those are my thoughts and opinions on it. But a video will come up at a later date, as many other videos will, where we'll be getting into that. So the next coin to show up here, shout out to Dave for bringing this one to my attention, is the new Japan trade dollar from the East India Company. Now, this is a coin, when I was mentioning coins that, you know, had a push and had a crowd or following behind them. This series here doesn't seem to have that, but it's one of those coins I think should, because these are very well done from the East India Company, these trade dollars. This is the 4th release in the issue here. So yeah, this is the 4th release, and they do things a little backwards, or however they do it. So whereas they may release the proofs first and then the BUs at a later date, but just getting a glimpse at the design. This is the Japan trade dollar. This is the silver proofs. I believe this has a mintage of 1,500. Very reminiscent of the Perth Lunar 2 Dragon, but you know, very nice design, very, very nice design. If you've seen these in flesh, Dave and Uniquely Seen here have unboxed these before. Very well done coins, absolutely stunning from the proofs. And another thing I really love about this mint is they've stuck to the script, whereas they haven't, you know, pimped themselves out. They've kept it 1 ounce throughout the range. These are boxes I like ticked when I'm looking for a collector coin to fully back and go behind. I don't want to be seeing a 1/4 ounce at a later date or more sizes being added on because they can see an opportunity there. It's just a 1 ounce. I even want to see the 1 ounce in a BU and proof, silver proof, as we get when we're talking silver, and then a gold, either in proof or BU. And that's what we have with these East India Company trade dollars. We have 3 variants: a gold, a silver proof, and a silver BU. All nice ticks, and they are very well done. I must say the quality is there, but they just don't have the push or the crowd behind them. So very, very nice, I would say, on this. I believe they're bringing out a ultimate collection at the end, so we'll have to see. If I'm not mistaken, I think these had either 5 or 6, so we'll definitely see how well that does. We'll see if we can get the gold up here. That was just brought. A slight issue I'd have here on the gold is the price. I mean, take a look at that. That's damn near £3,000 sterling. Now, I do know a lot of the European dealers will have this in at a cheaper price, but if the mint themselves are doing that, that's one big turn off straight away. Just that price alone is absolutely ridiculous. I don't think it's one of those mints that I think have more money than sense, so they don't really need to push these off the shelf. But at pricing it at that, and you know, they've gone for a low mintage, so it's 200 coins, but at that price, that's a massive turn off for me straight away. You know, I don't know what you think. You'd have to sell that 2 times over to see any type of profits, but that's not knocking it. It's just, I don't know why the mint would take off at that price. You can't really say there's no special minting process, and you can't really say because it's on such a low mintage. We've had coins on half that mintage, half that price. So only the mint know what they're doing, but if you like it, you have to pay for it. But it's going to be very interesting to see what European dealers and even American dealers and other foreign dealers decide to price this at, because they've not normally followed the same price as the mint. But if the mint's doing it at that, we'll have to see what everybody else is. But guys, I'm going to wrap this one up, so please do let me know what you think of what I've showed here today. What do you think of these East India trade dollar coins? Do you think they have the potential but just need more of a bigger push? I mean, looking at the price now, and the coverage and exposure they have, it'd be scary to think of what they would be pricing them at if everyone and their mother was trying to grab one of these. What do you think of the Royal Mint Queen's Beast accessory range? Are you a believer? Are you a buyer? Not to forget that jewelry is insanely priced up. What do you think of the Lion King release from the APMEX exclusive? Are you a buyer or no thank you? And most importantly, what do you think of the Algaries? So go ahead and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments, guys. If you like what you heard, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll catch you guys in the rebound.